village appeared before him. It was nighttime, just as he left it. He walked quietly through the village. Everything looked smaller, simpler. The moon was full and the wind gentle. Children were asleep, mothers humming by firelight. No one noticed him at first. Then Mama Ugo stepped out of her hut. She gasped, "Ebuka?" He nodded slowly. "Yes, Mama, I'm here." Tears rolled down her cheeks. "You crossed the line, didn't you?" He nodded. "I saw things I can't explain." Mama Ugo pulled him close. "I warned you. She never gives without taking." Ebuka sat beside her and told her everything. She listened without interrupting, only sighing at certain parts. Then she whispered, "You must not stay too long. Your soul is changing." Ebuka felt it too. His chest throbbed strangely. "I just wanted to remember who I was." "You still can," she said, "but you must choose soon." Before dawn, he hugged her tightly. "I won't forget you," he said. Back in the water world, the Mammy Water waited. "You went to see her?" she said, not asking but knowing. "Yes," Ebuka replied. "I needed to." Her face was calm, but a storm brewed in her eyes. "She told you to choose, didn't she?" Ebuka nodded. "I don't want to be trapped." "You were never trapped," she said gently. "You were loved." Her words touched him, but his thoughts remained torn. "You asked me to stay forever," he said. "And I still want that," she whispered. Ebuka sat with her near the coral throne, silence wrapped around them like a wet cloth. "Why me?" he asked softly. "I've watched the surface world for centuries," she said. "So many greedy, cruel, selfish hearts. But you are different." Ebuka looked down, troubled. "I'm not special. I'm just a poor village boy." "You are honest, and that is rare," she said. "But if I stay here, I'll lose everything I ever knew." "And if you leave, you lose me," she replied. Days passed, then weeks. Ebuka began to change. His skin glowed faintly in moonlight. He could speak to fish with his mind. He no longer needed food or sleep like before. Yet each change made him feel less human. One night, he stood before the mirror pool. He could barely recognize himself. "Is this what love costs?" he whispered. He missed the feeling of walking on dry ground. He missed the ache of hunger, the joy of firelight. The ceremony was being prepared in the underwater palace. Ebuka was to be crowned Prince of the Deep. Pearls were gathered, songs written in his name. The Mammy Water wore a crown of sea urchins and silver shells. Everyone danced, but Ebuka's heart was heavy. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. In his private chamber, he wrote a message on a fish scale scroll. "Thank you for everything, but I don't belong here." He tied the scroll to a glowing fish and let it swim away. Then he left the palace quietly. He found the river's gate, the portal back to land. The current swelled violently like it was angry. As he approached, a giant eel blocked the path. "You cannot pass," it growled. "The queen forbids it." Ebuka raised his hand. The necklace glowed brightly. The eel hesitated, sensing his growing power. "Let me go," Ebuka said. "If you return, the bond is broken forever," the eel warned. Ebuka pushed forward, heart pounding. The water tore around him, and then everything went black. He woke on the riverbank, coughing, gasping for breath. His clothes were soaked, the necklace gone. The sky was dark, but the village was in sight. He stumbled home, his body aching like never before. People stared, whispered, then welcomed him cautiously. Mama Ugo ran to him, weeping. "You chose the land," she said softly. "I did," he replied, "but part of me will always remain there." His skin still glowed faintly. He hid it under cloth and silence. Months passed. Ebuka returned to fishing. He taught the children songs the fish liked. Crops grew better when he touched the soil. Rain came gently when he whispered to the wind. The villagers began to respect him, not for power but for kindness. He never spoke of the underwater world again, but sometimes at night he stood by the river, listening. The water remained quiet. Only the stars seemed to know his secrets, and they kept them well. One night a woman appeared at the edge of the village. She had long black hair and eyes full of pain. She asked for food, water, and shelter. Ebuka gave her all three without question. As she ate, she looked at him deeply. "You remind me of someone I once loved," she said. Ebuka smiled gently. "Maybe we crossed paths before." She stayed in the village, helping healing others. The villagers loved her gentle spirits. They never asked where she came from. Ebuka and the woman Adais became close. She helped him build a stronger house. They taught village children together under the old Iroko tree. One day, Adaeze found a pearl in the river. She showed it to Ebuka, confused. He stared at it quietly, then nodded. "She hasn't forgotten," he said. Adaeze said nothing, but she held his hand. They both knew life was full of choices and consequences, and not all love comes without sacrifice. The village thrived under Ebuka and Adaeze's leadership. They brought peace, wisdom, and unity. Even the elders said they hadn't seen such blessings in decades. Ebuka never claimed to be special. He just worked, helped, and smiled. But everyone knew he had faced something beyond the ordinary. Children whispered stories of how he once married a water queen. Ebuka never confirmed or denied. He just said, "Kindness leads you where pride never will." And that was enough. On the 10th full moon after his return, Ebuka had a dream. He was back underwater, standing beside the Mammy Water. She looked at him with sorrow, not anger. "You chose well," she said, "but part of me will always call your name." Ebuka touched her hand gently. "And part of me will always listen." They stood silently, not lovers, not enemies, just two souls who once shared something beautiful. Then he woke and never dreamed of her again. Years passed and Ebuka's name became legend. He never sought fame, yet stories traveled far and wide. Fishermen from other villages came to learn from him. Children begged for tales, especially the ones about the river. He always smiled and said, "Some waters are best left still." Adaisi stayed by his side, quiet and strong. Their bond was built on understanding, not magic. I want to ask you, watching this video, if you were the village boy, would you follow the Mammy Water into the ocean or stay back and struggle in the village? Tell me in the comments. I'm reading all of them. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. New videos are coming ahead. We publish videos every 5 days. Turn on the notification bell so you will be notified when we drop new videos. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.